Carnival is a Western Christian festive season that occurs before the liturgical season of Lent. The main events typically occur during February or early March. During the period historically known as Shrovetide, Carnival typically involves public celebrations, including events such as parades, public street parties and other entertainments, combining some elements of a circus. Elaborate costumes and masks allow people to set aside their everyday individuality and experience a heightened sense of social unity. Participants often indulge in excessive consumption of alcohol, meat, and other foods that will be foregone during upcoming Lent. Traditionally, butter, milk, and other animal products were not consumed excessively. Rather, their stock was fully consumed as to reduce waste. This festival is known for being a time of great indulgence before Lent, with drinking, overeating, and various other activities of indulgence being performed. For example, pancakes, donuts, and other desserts were prepared and eaten for a final time. During Lent, animal products are eaten less, and individuals have the ability to make a Lenten sacrifice, thus giving up a certain object or activity of desire. Other common features of Carnival include mock battles such as food fights, expressions of social satire, mockery of authorities, costumes of the grotesque body that display exaggerated features such as large noses, bellies, mouths, falli, or elements of animal bodies, abusive language and degrading acts, depictions of disease and gleeful death, and a general reversal of everyday rules and norms. The Italian tradition of wearing masks dates back to the Venice Carnival in the 1400s, and has been an inspiration in Greek theatre and commedia dell'arte for centuries. The term carnival is traditionally used in areas with a large Catholic presence, as well as in Greece. In historically evangelical Lutheran countries, the celebration is known as Fastelavn, and in areas with a high concentration of Anglicans, Methodists, and other Protestants, pre-Lenten celebrations, along with penitential observances, occur on Shrove Tuesday or Mardi Gras. In Slavic Eastern Orthodox nations, Maslenitsa is celebrated during the last week before Great Lent. In German-speaking Europe and the Netherlands, the carnival season traditionally opens on 11/11. This dates back to celebrations before the Advent season or with harvest celebrations of St. Martin's Day. The Latin-derived name of the holiday is sometimes also spelled Carnival. Typically in areas where Dutch, French, Spanish, and Portuguese are spoken, or Carnevale in Italian-speaking contexts, alternative names are used for regional and local celebrations. The word is said to come from the late Latin expression carni leva, which means remove meat. A folk etymology derives it from carni whale, farewell to meat. In either case, this signifies the approaching fast. The word carni may also be translated as flesh, producing a farewell to the flesh, a phrase embraced by certain carnival celebrants to embolden the festival's carefree spirit. The etymology of the word carnival thus points to a Christian origin of the celebratory period. Other scholars argue that the origin of the word is a common meat-based country feast or the festival of the Navigium Isidis, where the image of Isis was carried to the seashore to bless the start of sailing season. The festival consisted of a parade of masks following an adorned wooden boat, called in Latin Carus Navalis, possibly the source of both the name and the parade floats. The word carnival is of Christian origin, and in the Middle Ages, it referred to a period following Epiphany season that reached its climax before midnight on Shrove Tuesday. British historian John Borsey, in writing on the origin of the practices during Carnival, states that these were, despite some appearances, Christian in character, and they were medieval in origin, although it has been widely supposed that they continued some kind of pre-Christian cult. There is in fact no evidence that they existed much before 1200. Because Lent was a period of fasting, Carnival therefore represented a last period of feasting and celebration before the spiritual rigors of Lent. Meat was plentiful during this part of the Christian calendar and it was consumed during Carnival, as people abstained from meat consumption during the following liturgical season, Lent. In the last few days of Carnival, known as Shrovetide. People confessed their sins in preparation for Lent as well. In 1605, a Shrovetide play spoke of Christians who painted their faces to celebrate the season. What are their masks? Hear you me, Jessica, lock up my doors, and when you hear the drum and the wild squealing of the wry-unked fife, clamber not you up o'er the casements then, nor thrust your head into the public street to gaze on Christian fools with varnished faces. From an anthropological point of view, Carnival is a